Good morning, sir.
Yeah, thank you. So yesterday we uh, have gone through the application of array, right? The manipulation of uh, polynomials, and second thing, sparse matrix. And today we will see the stack, very important topic uh, for data structure, and exam point of view also it has a great importance. There cannot be a data structure paper without the question of this stack, right? So you be sure in the exam, whether it be viva or it be practical exam or it be theory exam, yeah, there will be a great importance of stack data structure, and today we will cover that. So uh, uh, the thing is, my computer is still starting because yesterday I seen that there are updates, so I chose to update and shut down. And now after updating, it is taking too much time to getting started. It is just has started, so I will start the meeting, join the meeting soon through my desktop, and will start the PPT. Till that, let's communicate, or you can ask me questions about yesterday class, and if you have some queries, any suggestions in lab related, if you want to discuss with me anything, then please don't hesitate. And as I told you uh, earlier also, this is the opportunity for you to communicate, right? Because uh, we all have to be communicative, right? And uh, it is a part of development. So all of you are requested to not hesitate for your queries, and you ask it. Can you listen me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, you do not have anything to discuss, then let's tell me, is there anyone who has a corona case nearby you? Okay, my computer has started now. Look, I have seen the development of operating systems since Windows 98, and and I don't know whether you people have worked on Windows 98 or not. So please tell me, with which operating system you started. I started with Windows 98, and then I have seen many operating systems. So what about you? Windows XP when I was 5. I have also used Windows 8. Okay, Windows XP. So why I remember this topic, because look, since last 5 minutes my computer is starting. This was not the case with Windows 98. If you start the computer having operating system Windows 98, it would start within a minute. But as these operating systems are becoming more and more bulky, they take time to start the computer. But at the same time, they do not hang. In Windows 98, those who have worked, even those who have worked with Windows XP, you must have observed that the computer hangs, right? So uh, that was the problem with older operating system. But these updated operating systems do not hang frequently, or actually I haven't observed hanging of this uh, Windows 2010. Windows 10 is not getting hanged, so it's very stable version. Windows 7 was also stable version, but Windows 8 was not that stable. 8.18. So it lasts very less in market. Okay, now I am leaving from this mobile meeting and will join through desktop. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So let's start. What is stack? What does anyone know about stack? Have you heard about stack? Have you heard this word stack? So it's a strange that no one has heard about stack. Am I audible properly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you must have heard the stack, and all of you must have at least heard this name stack. And some of you must be knowing also what is the how stack works. But because of what can I say, you don't want to communicate for whatever reason. Right? Also write in chat. Most of students work with started work with XP. Oh, some 51 has started directly from Windows 10, not previous versions. He is the most advanced student. Okay, let me share the screen. Is my screen visible now? Is it visible?
No, sir.
Not yet. Now?
No, sir.
It takes so much delay. Now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now.
Okay. So stack, right? So in our normal life also, we are very much familiar with this phenomena of stack. Suppose in the on the PPT you can see the picture where the uh, plates are kept on each other, and this is called stack. So this stack you have use this phenomena at infinite, not I can say infinite, but uh, n number of times. And suppose you are writing file, in file also you are inserting pages, so you, that is also we can say stack of your papers, right? Or you anything which you keep uh, you keep in order, so that you when you want to remove the element, the last element which was added will be removed first. So this is called the stack phenomena. It has many names: list, linear data structure, abstract data type, vector. All these are the names of stack. These are all described as a stack. So they are not the exact synonyms of stack, but you can say stack is list, but every list is not stack, right? You can say stack is linear data structure, but every linear data structure is not stack. Stack is abstract data type, but every abstract data type is not stack, and so for vector. And uh, stack is an abstract data type that serves as a collection of elements with two principal operations. So these two principal operations are push and pop. So push means which adds an element to the collection, and pop which removes the most recently added element. So these are the two basic operations, uh, and we also do push and pop. So when you add a page to your file, you are pushing a page, and when you are removing the page from the file, you are popping a page. Right? Suppose you have 100 pages in your file, and now uh, you want to remove the page number 50. So you have to have remove the previous 49 pages. Now someone may say, what if I cut that page from there? That is okay, but if uh, we want to remove it systematically, or you can take the example of these plates which is shown on the screen. In this plate, if I want to take the middle of the plate, then you have to pop the plates, right? And I keep condition that you cannot lift more than one plate at a time. So you have to have pop all the plates above the plate which you want to remove. And this is the very important phenomena in data structure. We will see its applications. At that time you will come to realize how important concept it is. And stack is a linear data structure which follows a particular order in which the operations are performed. So uh, so it follows a particular order, right? It last in and first out is the order. So it is also called stack is a LIFO. LIFO means last in first out data structure. So this is stack, and now stack operations. So there are basically two primary operations and one more operations, and there are many other operations also. We will see one more operation later on. So here push, pop, and peep, these are the three operations. When I say push, so what push does? Push inserts an element to the top of a stack. In the image you can see, is my second slide visible? Stack operation slide.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So here you can see, initially there was element 1 in the stack, and then I pushed 2, and then I pushed 3, and then I pushed 4, and then I pushed 5, and then I pushed 6. So in this way I kept pushing the elements. At the last I have after the step 5 I have 6 elements in my stack. Now I do the pop operation. So when I do pop operation, the element which is at the top of the stack, that will be removed. So I will get 6. Again, if I will pop, I will get 5. Again, if I will pop it, I will get 4. Again, if I will pop, I will get 3, and so on. So to for the stack to do these operations, one pointer is maintained, and that pointer is called a top of stack. That pointer is called top of stack. Right? T O N S. So top of stack is maintained after for every push. The top of stack is incremented, an element is stored there, and for every pop, top of stack is decremented. Right? So these are the basic operations. Then one more operation peep is there, in which the ith element is retrieved from the top of stack. So it will not remove element, it will just tell you what value is stored on ith element of the stack. Right? So for example, suppose in our previous example of plates, in that place, if I tell you what is, and if I stack the plates of different color, and if I tell you what is the color of 10th plate, then you can tell me, right? By looking at the stack, you can tell me the 10th number of plate as this color. So this is the peep operation, right? Now I'm changing slide. When it gets changed at your screen, please tell me. Has it changed?
No, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, anyone?
Yes, sir. Change.
Okay. So now one important thing I would like to tell you. In the exam, you may be asked to list out the operations of stack and write the algorithm for that, or write the procedure and functions for that, or you may also be asked for writing a C program. So anything can be asked, but this procedure which you are currently looking at the screen, this is very important exam point of view, right? They may tell you write the push procedure, write the pop function, and so on. So if you write this as it is better, because in different books you will find many versions of this push procedure. Many versions means logic is same, but the representation is different. So what problem may occur, that if I am the evaluator and if I see that it is not as per the standard book, right? This version is from standard book, Tremblay and Sorensen, which is one of your reference books. and you can say it is your textbooks also. So for that you refer this. Now in this PPT I have indentation problem at here. You please forgive me for that. You consider it as here, right? So now before understanding this procedure, I remember one student has asked the question that he want the ebook of the textbook, but I do not have a ebook of textbook Gremlin solution. I tried to find out it on the net, but I failed. So if anyone of you is having this ebook of Gremlin solution, then please share with us so that we all can have ebook. And any of the reference books, if you find ebook, you can share it. Okay. So let's understand this. The procedure inserts. So see here, there are three arguments. One is the S. S is for stack, right? I want to push, but where I want to push in this stack. Then second argument is the top of stack, top. So pointer top, and X is the element to be pushed. So these are the three arguments, and this is the description of procedure push. So the description is this procedure inserts an element X to the top of stack, which is represented by a vector S. Look, here they have used the word vector S, not stack S. It's okay. You can use stack also, but here they have used vector. And vector S containing n elements, right? So see, n is not mentioned in the arguments, but n is the variable available with the procedure elements. So with a pointer top denoting the top of element in the stack. So what is the first step? Now the size of the stack is limited, n number of elements. Size of the stack is limited, n number of elements. So if you want to push, first of all you need to check whether there is a space in the stack or not, whether all n elements are inserted in a stack. So new element cannot be inserted. So the first step is to check for stack overflow. The first step is to check for the stack overflow. And how to check for the stack overflow? So we can check here if top is here you can write equal to also, or you can write top is greater than or equal to. Space is small. Actually, I wanted to ask this to you people, what should come here, but in the flow I said I disclose the answer also. Okay. If top is greater than or equal to n, that means the pointer top is already incremented to the level that no new elements can be added. So then what we should write? Then write stack overflow and return from the procedure. But now if top is less than n, then we will go to the second step. That means our next task is to increment the top. So suppose this is my stack and it has the stack of size, say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Suppose I have a stack of size 5 and initially my top of stack is equal to 0 initially when the stack is empty. Now when stack is empty, and that means top is less than n, right? N equal to what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So my n equal to 5. So right now my top of stack equal to 0. So next is to insert the element, increment the top, right? So now top will be incremented to 1 and it will be pointing to this, right? And its value will be now 1, right? This is say 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So now top equal to top plus 1, from 0 it become 1, and here I can insert the element x. So to store the x, what I will do, s of top equal to x and then return. Now if I again want to push, then again my stock top will be updated, t equal to t plus 1. It will come to here, then I will insert the another x, right? X will be some value, then again top equal to top plus 1, right? And then again I will insert the value x, and so on up to I get the last element, right? So here you will insert the x. But after this, if I still want to insert, then here now top equal to n, that means stack is overflow. I cannot add the x anymore. Okay, so please tell me what you are watching on your screen. Have you understood this? Any questions? Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I hope there are no questions. So next, let's go to the next operation, and this you can implement through what we say stack or linked list, that we will see later on. In your next lab is for this stack only. So now next is the function. See, previous it was procedure and now it is function. Can you see my next pop operation on your screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now in pop, it is a function because it returns a value. Procedure do not returns a value, and this s is for stack and top is for the top pointer. So this function removes the top element from a stack which is represented by a vector s and return this element, and top is a pointer to the top element of the stack. So now what steps we should follow, right? So we first of all we need to check for the underflow. What is underflow? Means suppose the stack is empty. Let me draw here. Suppose this is my stack, right, of say 5 elements, and say, so can you see the stack which I drawn on the screen? Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir.
Right. So suppose this is a stack Right now stack is empty, no elements are there. So what will be the value of top? Where top will be pointing? In chat you can write. So initially my value of top will be 0 when there is no so initially my value of top of stack will be 0 because there are no elements in the stack. So the first thing, pop means you want to pop the top element in the stack. But if there are no elements, then you should check whether elements are there, there or not. It is called the underflow condition. So for that, you check if top equal to 0, that means no elements are there in the stack, and then you can write to the user that stack is underflow on pop operation. So you can also take action in response to underflow, okay, and you can return. So this take action in response to underflow is different in different applications. For what purpose stack is used, it depends, right? You may be generate logs, or you may be doing something uh, else, right? There may be some alarming situations also, right? So this is the thing. Suppose you are in inventory, suppose the items are completed, so you can order some other items and so on. Many things, infinite number of operations are possible, depends on where stack is used and for what purpose. Right? Then next is, suppose top is somewhere, suppose there are 3 elements are inserted in that stack, right? So because 3 elements are inserted, my top value is now 3, right? So what my next task is to decrement the top pointer, and it will point now to the lower element. So top equal to top minus 1, and then I also have to return which element has been popped. So for that, return the s of top plus 1, because now top is decremented. So when you do this, the topmost element will be returned to the user, right? So this topmost element will be returned. So clear about this pop? Can you see my markings on the PPT? Can I go ahead? Any questions? Hello? Have you understood? In chat section you can write U for
Yes,
understood.
sir. Understood.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let me go ahead. Next is the PEEP operation. Can you see the next slide of PEEP operation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's go. So now in this PEEP operation, what I want this. It is also function, so that means it will return the value. I want a stack top pointer, and I is the value of the ith element from the top of stack which I want to retrieve. So this function returns the value of the ith element, right? Returns what? It returns the value of ith element from the top of stack which is represented. If I say 1, that means it will return me the top of stack. If I say 2, then the second element from the top will be returned. If I say 3, then the third element from the top will be returned, right? And so S is a vector, stack of vector S, and it contains n elements. So the element is here, the important thing to be noted is the element is not related by this function, right? So check for the stack underflow. First of all, if I tell you, suppose there are 2 elements in the stack and I tell you give me the third element, then it is not possible. So it is called the underflow. Or if say stack has 10 elements, so my top of stack is 10, but if I tell you I want the 20th element from the top of stack, which is not possible, it is underflow condition. So the first step in P, we need to check for the underflow condition. So what will be the condition here? Now here I have not written the whole equation. You tell me what should be the thing here. So you have to tell me what condition will come here. This if statement you have to tell me in chat box. So then I can write underflow condition. Are you getting my question? How you will check the underflow? If value of top is given, value of I is given, now you have to tell me whether it is possible to retrieve the ith value or not. So let me explain it. Suppose there are no elements. So my t equal to 0 when there are no elements in the stack. So if I tell you you give me the first element, then what you should do, t minus 1 plus 1 equal to what? T is 0, right? And I want I equal to 1. So t minus 1 plus 1 equal to 0. If I say give me the second element, so t minus 2 and plus 1, what will be the answer? That will be minus 1, and so on if the stack is empty. So now you tell me what should be the arithmetic operator here. What should be the arithmetic operator here? In the chat box you can write. Have you understood the question? Yeah, two answers has come. Very good. Both are correct. Less than or equal to 0. Yeah, it's correct answer. So let me remove this marking. So now here it will come, top of stack is less than or equal to 0. That means stack is underflow. But if that is not the case, then what you have to return? What this you have to return. Now what would come here? What is the arithmetic symbol instead of this curly braces? What is the arithmetic operator in place of this curly braces? Can you see I have done round above that curly braces? I have drawn round.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what arithmetic operator should come in place of that? You write down in chat. Less than, no, equal to, no, none else. You return if stack is not underflow. That means the value of I is such that it is not greater than top. If value of I is greater than top, then it would create the underflow condition. So so yeah, someone has written answer minus. It is correct. It should be minus. Here the answer is a minus. It should be minus. Top minus I plus 1 should be written. So everyone clear with this PEEP operation? Any question? You can write in chat. No question. Have you understood? You can write you so that I can go ahead. So here, let me take one example. Suppose this is my stack, right? It is say of 5 elements, and suppose I have inserted 3 elements in the stack, right? And my top of stack value is 3. And suppose I want the third element from top of stack. So my value of I is 3. So what should be the equation? 3 minus 3 and plus 1. So 3 is my top. I is my also 3 because I want the third element from top of stack. and I need to add 1 because if I subtract I from the t, one more element is required to be added so that I can come to the third element. Everyone clear? Can I go ahead? In chat box you can type question or you can write you. Okay, 45 says, can you explain one more time? Okay, so I gave you this example. Is it okay or still I should explain once more? Rule number 45, should I explain once again? Oh, okay, with example. Okay, thank you. So now let's go ahead. I'm changing the slide. When it gets changed at your screen, please tell me. I have changed the PPT. Is it changed at your place?
Yes, sir. Changed.
Okay. So next is the stack applications. Here there are only 7 applications are mentioned, but stack is numerous amount of applications. So here first application is the recursion, right? In the recursion stack is used. Then keeping track of function calls in the C. Whenever you call the function, the stack is used. Not in C. In any language, whenever you call a function, stack is used. Then evaluation of expressions. So how this what we say how these evaluations are evaluated in calculator or in computer, right? They are evaluated through the stacks that we will see how later on. Then reversing of characters, that is also one application, right? Then servicing the hardware interrupts, solving combinatorial problems using backtracking and memory management. These are the major very famous applications of stack, but these are not the only applications. There are still many more applications are there of stack. So this is, I think I should stop here today, and tomorrow will, how much time we have taken? Okay, already 56 minutes we, okay. So any questions? I stopped sharing the screen and I also stopped the recording.